That's right. That's right. Once again, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and be sure to like us. Anyway, it's a monster week in sports, and I'm a little disappointed in myself because there is something that monstrous happened this week in sports, like mind-blowingly epic, like world-shattering in sports, and I did not have the photo to put up. And I'm a little disappointed. It's been a long day. I've had a lot of things going on in my personal life. That's why we didn't come on yesterday. So unfortunately, I don't have the photo to show. So I am very disappointed for myself in that, but I'll go ahead and tell you about it. So I went out yesterday and I played a really, really nice golf course here in New Jersey.
I knew you was going to bring that up.
This is earth-shattering stuff, right? And so I go out and I play with a couple guys from work, and we, two of them I always play with. The other one I haven't played with before, but this is like a $130 course. It's supposed to be very difficult, and I've never played it before. And so we went out there. And I was like, all right, let's see how it goes. So first hole, I get up there and I get a bogey. No big deal. I'm happy to get a bogey on the first hole. Next hole, freaking 4 over, right? I'm like, okay, it's going to be one of those days. Like, no chance of breaking 100. It's just not going to go my way. Next hole, I bogey, right? Hole after that, I triple bogey. It was a par 3. I got a 6. I'm like, okay, yeah. First 4 holes, I'm over what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm over 9 after 4 holes, right? I'm 9 over. So
okay.
I'm like, this isn't going well. All of a sudden, the 5th hole, I get a par. Then I get another par. Then I sink a birdie. I'm like, oh shit, that's a pretty good 3 holes.
Now you should be 8 over.
Correct. Then I get a bogey. And then I get another birdie to end that round, to end the 9. So I ended with a 45. Right.
Okay.
So I've started to find my groove a little bit. I start out the next set, man, and I'm just getting par.
The second half of it.
Second half of it. Par, bogey, birdie, par, like just come out from hole 5 until hole 6 through 16, which is a 12-hole span. I was even par in golf, but mind you, I was already 9 over from the first 4 holes. I ended up double bogey in the last 2 holes to end up shooting an 86, which is a lifetime, what is it called? A career low. And so I went out there and just had 12 holes of absolute superb dominance and a couple other holes that I didn't quite do so. I was shooting so good. The guys were like, dude, you could have shot almost 80 today. Like, you think about it, a 4 over on one, a 3 over on another. Like, if you would have just cleaned that up a little bit. But man, I was dropping like 8 to 10 foot putts for birdie, for par. Dude, there was this par 3 and everybody's like, yeah, you can't go for that. It's too risky because there's all this water and everything. There's a very short landing part on the green. And I'm just like, fuck it. What do I care? I'm going for it. Boom. I just knocked that bitch. Drop. Everybody else is like trying to get onto the green. Like, dude, just dominated. I destroyed the
You was
group.
in the zone, bro.
Nobody else even hit 100. Okay. Which is, I'm usually around like their type of golf. But bro, I just dominated, and I had the one.
You're like, this is my goodbye gift.
Oh my goodness! Well, don't say that. Let's not talk about that yet. That's nothing's going on. People may watch this. They don't want to be spreading rumors out there.
ScheckMonster. All I heard was when you went hole 5 to like 16 or whatever. You know that analogy when you're gambling at the casino and you're already down, and you're like, hey, I'm up by down 200. That's all I heard going forward.
Listen,
I was like, well, he ain't gambling, man.
Nah, man, but I went out there and I dominated, and it was a great feeling. We went to the restaurant afterwards, and they're like, dude, you got to celebrate. They're like, you played completely lights out golf. These guys are like, because 2 of them I play with all the time. They're like, dude, you were in a freaking zone. So we got a nice glass of Swing. Have you guys had that liquor before? Swing. Mazai, I think you had it because I think it was at my going away party. It's the bottle that sways back and forth. Maybe not. I don't know. I know I drank it before, but we had a glass of that. There's like $14 a glass, which wasn't.
It's because it swings
that much. No, it's because it's aged on a boat.
Nice. On a what? On a boat?
On a boat. On the water.
Okay.
And so the bottle itself also sways. It's not it doesn't just stay there. You can like, if you touch it, the bottle like sways. It's fucking dope.
So you pay more for that?
It's high class shit, bro. Come on, get the fucking out of here. Okay. You're gonna be my fuck out of here this week. You keep that shit up.
I could sway something in front of you. It'd be cheaper.
Oh, listen, what you got, I don't want you swaying. Besides that, a lot of injuries in the NFL this week.
It goes like this.
I don't know. Did you guys hear about Carson Wentz this week in football?
Yeah, he's injured. Like the prediction I was gonna make at the early in the season, I was like,
it's not about him being injured. He is the first player in any sports anywhere in history to sprain both ankles.
He just quit. He's
How the fuck do you sprain?
Did he just get a new contract?
Both ankles. Like you didn't sprain one, you sprained both of them.
Did he just get a new contract?
Yeah, no, I don't know if he got a new contract. He got traded.
Yeah, but he got good money though.
Yeah, well, that was a couple years ago. He still had that good money, and he's still in the same contract, but he got traded. But how the hell do you go around and do you freaking fuck up two ankles at the same time? Like,
I don't know.
Answer me that. Riddle me that one. Just completely crazy.
That shit is crazy. I was like, he's injured again? Jesus.
Thursday night game, last Thursday, not today, was the most watched Thursday night game in the NFL in the past 4 years. It was the Giants and the Redskins. It had the most streaming, most live views, most everything. And
the Giants and the Redskins played last week?
Last Thursday.
Shit.
And it was the highest viewed game.
You guys win or lose?
We lost at. Did you hear about how we lost?
No.
So stupid. So first of all, Daniel Jones throws a dime to Darius Slayton down the middle, which he drops the ball for a touchdown, right? Anyway, we get it to the end of the game. Okay, they have to kick like a 50-something yard field goal to win it.
Yeah.
Okay. All of a sudden, the kick's up. It goes no good.
Yeah.
Crowd goes wild, right?
Damn.
Guess what? The nose tackle on special, who the fuck are you idiot? The nose tackle jumps off sides.
Goes offside, yep.
They get a 5-yard penalty. They get to re-kick the ball. They kick the game winner.
This time is
to fucking send us home. Sons of bitches. You knew about it too, didn't you, asshole?
Yeah.
You just wanted to hear me suffer. You son of a bitch. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was not a good look for the Giants.
Yeah, it was. No.
So
it's going to be that type of season.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's going to be one of the most watched games. One is Giants, their history and their fan base. Also, I think, it's a pandemic, bro. We're out of the pandemic.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Then why wasn't the opening Thursday night game set records? It didn't set any records.
Who was it? It was Tampa and
Dallas.
And Dallas.
Okay. Dallas is one of the biggest markets in football, and Tampa Bay is a Super Bowl champion.
I don't know why.
We're talking about two mediocre teams that played, and they had the most views.
You said two mediocre teams.
Very mediocre.
That's fucked up. You sound like Stephen A. Smith. How about them Cowboys?
Listen, you're talking about the Washington Redskins, who have a backup quarterback playing, and the Giants, who are stuck with Dave Gettleman, who just sucks as a GM. So don't even get me started there.
Yeah.
Shit. Other than that, wasn't anything too crazy, except, like I say, quarterbacks dropping left and right. Players are dropping left and right. I mean, the injuries are just crazy.
Yeah.
McCaffrey got hurt in the first quarter of tonight's game. He's out with a hamstring for the rest of the game. The quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, got hurt last week, so they got a rookie starter over there. I mean, it's just ridiculous, the injuries that are going on.
Yeah,
it's crazy. A plague. It's a plague.
Hey, did you get that picture I sent you about the pay difference?
Yeah, I think that needs to be a real topic, not a Monster Week in Sports topic.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that one.
We'll do that some other time. Then.
Yeah. And then the other thing, the Ryder Cups this weekend. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
I know Nate doesn't. Mazai, you probably don't either. It's a golf tournament. So what they do is they
okay. Now I remember.
I asked him and he says no.
Now I remember because I was like,
well, then why did you say you don't know?
I'm trying to remember. I was like, oh, then when you said it's a golf, I was like, okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah, so it's a golf tournament where they play countries and stuff, and they have but there's different types of play. So they have match play, which is one person hits a ball, the next person plays that ball, like it's a twosome, and then so it's the U.S. versus Europe type of thing. So you have 2 players from the U.S. and 2 players from Europe, and then they have a foursome later on as well, where you just best like the lowest
we're talking
score
about
wins.
golf?
Huh?
You're talking about golf?
my
Yeah,
God.
like twosomes and foursums.
Yeah.
This is starting to become interesting.
Yeah, dude, the Ryder
It's
Cup
so
is
stupid.
really
I was
interesting.
waiting for that
It's
shit.
not just everybody goes out and plays. This is like your teams. You have teams and you have teammates and stuff, and it's really cool. Like Phil Mickelson's one of the captains, so he gets to
So
like.
so they pick up where the other guy dropped the ball. So when he hits it, the ball goes 200 yards. The other player
has to play
his
that ball.
team
Yep,
takes it from there.
Yeah.
correct.
That's interesting.
That's one of the ways they do it. That's one of the,
Oh,
the
was that-
tournaments.
Was that the you said it's about to start, right?
Yeah,
Okay, because I know last week
it might have
or
started today, or maybe it starts tomorrow. I can't remember, but it's coming on. It's on this weekend.
'cause I know during the U.S. Open, they were talking about golf, and they were talking about this guy that he's teamed up with somebody. He hates to be teamed up with people because he swings good or he's good, and then he would have to rely on other people. Was there a different tournament going on?
I mean, there's
Before the
always
writers?
well in golf throughout the golf season. Like if you're talking about the tour is normal, right? Now there are
Okay.
people you get paired up with people that you're competing against, which is different. Like there's always a foursome in golf, but they're all individually playing. With this, you're actually pairing up with people to play with them. They're on your team.
Okay.
In the regular things, you're just paired up with people. It doesn't really matter. Like it's just about your scoring. Like that has not like. You just play
Okay.
your own game. This is where you guys are actually going for team scores. So like I said, when you're playing the regular golf match, there's 2 of you. Whoever scores better on that hole, you keep that score, right?
Okay.
And then the other one, the other part of that tournament, like I said, is I tee off, let's say, right? And I hit the ball. And wherever my ball lands, you have to now go up and hit the next shot. And then I hit the next shot. And then we alternate shots back and forth.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool, really fun.
Yeah.
I'll update it next week and
So
let you know how
so
it
when
went.
you hit 86, was it during a threesome or a foursome?
We had 4 people. It was a foursome for us. So there was there was 3 other guys out there with me that we were paired up with, and it was just
So you had your best game. You had your best game during a foursome. That's awesome, bro. I can see the motivation there.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Phoenix, don't encourage him, please. With these bad jokes.
Yo, I can't, yo.
Don't encourage him with these
Like
bad
I can
jokes.
already tell where he's going with this conversation.
Yeah.
Right when I want to drink water, he does it.
It's kind of like that tag team wrestling shit, right? You know, you do better with a tag.
Well,
when you
yeah,
tag
speaking
team.
of wrestling, any wrestling news?
From what I saw between my 8-page paper, I saw on Monday, bro. Don't even get me started on that. The only thing I saw was the main event on Monday Night Raw for WWE. It was Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, Big E, the WWE Champion, and then Bobby Lashley, who lost the title. And it was interesting. Like it was really good. It was one of the few matches I've seen where the crowd actually cheered for the match to continue.
Nice.
And that's saying a lot. Like recently, the matches have been trash. So that was a good one. What ended up happening was, I believe, Bobby Lashley took the loss or something. I remember the ending, but they had to protect both champions, obviously. So the only way to like to make sure the match is okay is you let Bobby Lashley lose. And I think Roman Reigns got the pin, if I remember correctly. But it was like the overall style was good. Like I liked it. It wasn't just, okay, these 2 people fight. Okay, now this person jumps in, kind of like picking their spots.
Yeah.
So that was chill.
Bro.
I saw, I believe, went yesterday on AEW. It was Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega. That I saw like part of it. I didn't see the whole thing, but that was a match. It was so good. On a 60-minute time limit, they put it to a draw. Which
Interesting.
At first I was against it. I was like, why did you put these 2 fighters already? But then I realized if you go to a draw, well, Daniel Bryanson can't lose on his first match. And Kenny Omega's the champion, so he can't lose either. So if you do a draw, it continues the story going forward. But that was a match. I like that one a lot.
Yo, Phoenix, have you watched the Untolds series?
No, I haven't. My stepdad does.
Are they good?
Dude. So the first one I watched was about Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth. Okay. Dude.
Were they a real couple?
Yes. That's the whole point
Interesting.
of it. They were married in real life, okay? And they got together And he was so possessive and so obsessed with her that he made her kind of part of the show, right? And so she became the first female manager ever in wrestling. Okay, and they toured together, did everything together, and it was this huge thing, right, about his career and his relationship with her and how possessive he was of her and stuff like that. And then it went into, they ended up like how the story was, and she's supposed to be quiet and not outgoing, like it was part of the whole thing, the persona, and how they just revolutionized and changed kind of that wrestling dynamic and couples, and she's the first woman to really be involved in it, but then they were telling the tragic story about how they split up because she wanted her freedom, and then she got with Lex Luger, but he was married at the time, but she started seeing Lex Luger, and he got into pain medication and painkillers and got her into it.
Him who? Like Macho
Luger.
Man or Lex
Luger. And because he was taking them for his body and stuff, but then she got into pills, and it talked about her tragic death at his place. And you heard the 911 call that he called in trying to get the police to come there and everything. And it talked about her tragic death and how it affected Macho Man, because even though, when Macho Man left the WWE and went to WCW, they weren't together, but he demanded that they gave Miss Elizabeth a contract at the WCW. Right. And so she was getting paid like $150,000 a year because he refused to come over unless they took care of her. So he still watched over her even after the divorce and the split up. Dude, great.
You're talking about Macho Man, right?
Yeah, Macho Man was doing that for her.
Yeah.
Great series, great documentary. And then
where is it at?
I think it's on Hulu, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that's interesting.
And then I started watching the next one about Bret the Hitman Hart. And it was talking about how they had they're like from Canada, and they had their own, his family is all wrestlers. So literally they were showing the family picture, right? Which was crazy to think about. Every single person in the family photo, and I'm talking about like 12, 13 people. All the men were wrestlers, and every single daughter married a wrestler. Like legit wrestling family, right? And that's how their family was. And then it was talking about how something happened, and I didn't get to finish it, but they were talking about how something was happening that he got the title, right? And they tried to fix and this is when people found out that wrestling was fixed, and they wanted him to lose the title, and he refused because he says, I'm a wrestler. I don't do that. Like he was he took the shit real. He didn't take it like that. And spoiler alert for anybody who doesn't think wrestling's fake. It's not fake, but
if you still think this is real,
the matches are predetermined on who's going to win, right? Yeah. But they start talking about that and how he met Shawn Michaels, and they started to team up, right, and become friends. And then and then there was actual real animosity between them over a woman or something like that. And so the animosity, they're talking about how does wrestling mimic life, or is life mimicking wrestling, and all this shit that you just didn't know growing up because they're all the wrestlers I loved. Dude, stellar documentaries they're putting out.
I gotta watch them. You said they're on Hulu?
Yeah, on Hulu, I'm pretty sure.
I have to watch it now.
Oh my goodness, man. You'll learn so much insight. There was Hulk Hogan's wife was one of the main people in the Macho Man, the Elizabeth one, because she was one of the only wives that actually traveled with her husband. So, Hulk Hogan didn't go on there and talk, but his ex-wife was on there, and you hear the stories about her friendship with Miss Elizabeth and everything. And they were talking about literally, this is how crazy shit was. They would go out on a match, right? And they would have a wrestling match, and they'd fight, and they'd come back to the hotel room. And she was talking about how she used to have to take Hulk Hogan's boots and literally go into the bathtub and wash the blood off of them so he can use them for the next match on the next day or whatever, right? And she was saying, but think about Elizabeth, right? Not only is she having to do all of that for Macho Man, but she also has to worry about her wardrobe and what she's going to wear and what she's going to be looking like, because she's actually part of the show, right? And it's just, dude, it was nuts.
Oh, that's gonna be.
awesome.
I'm gonna binge those things, bro.
Dude, so good.
That
I
and-
recommend everybody, if you even think that if you are like wrestling or you only watched it when you were a kid like I did, go back
me
and watch
too.
these documentaries. It will change the way you look at the WWE and the WCW and the WWF
and them as
all of that.
athletes. Yeah,
and them as athletes. Yeah, it's incredible stuff. So, yeah.
That's cool. Maybe we should watch some of those, and then we just have a whole segment on it.
Dude, I'm down. We can talk about it.
I'm down. I'll watch that one.
We got the right stuff. We put the hammer right